Hello, welcome to Game Day here on the Blue Abroad YouTube channel. It's an early game day stream, Saturday morning. This is BA Saturday vibes. We are here ahead of round 5. Carlton, West Coast. Game starts in 3 hours and 20 minutes exactly from this very second. And I don't know. Is it weird that I have nervous energy? Like it shouldn't. I mean, maybe I should have nervous energy all the time, but I have energy to get out. And so I wasn't planning on going live this morning, but I was basically just going to be rotting away in the living room on the couch, probably on my phone, doom scrolling. So I thought, why don't we just get together and chat amongst ourselves, watch the press conference? Because I watched it yesterday and I want to see if you guys saw what I saw in the press conference. But we will get to that. Anyway, it is early on a Saturday morning. So who is here? Lou Hall, you are here, mate. Nathan, time to get the season back on track. Absolutely. Maya Lemote, hello. Dens, hello, mate. Mitch, heading to the game today, feeling very nervous despite having low expectations. Yeah. Oh, by the way, I would assume that if anyone watching is in Adelaide already, that you have a ticket to the game. If you do not have a ticket, please let me know. I've had a few people reach out, offer spares, but I'm going to assume that if you've made the trip already and it's 10 a.m. morning of game day, you've got a ticket to the game. So anyway, also, if anyone wants to join me into the show for a little bit of a chat, come in. That's the link right there. Also, you know what? Do any of you want to be on the fan cams later? Because I can also share the fan cams link for later on. Peter, hello. Alex, hello. How are we feeling? I feel confidently nervous. Yeah. Damien, you had a dream last night that we lost, so not great feeling. Well, all right, let's just play it out. We win, we win. We talk about how hopefully this is the start of something and a bit of confidence, and look how good it was having Harry and structure, and Charlie looked better, and our midfield really used the ball better, and then there will also be that it was only West Coast. If we lose, we'll just sack everyone again, absolutely everyone. Like we'll probably literally just sack everyone. We'll trade Cripps, we'll trade Walsh tomorrow for a future third. We will trade away president for another president. And then we'll just be ready to go next Friday, Good Friday, and just do it all over again. So either way, we know exactly how it plays out, so we can't get mad. Deal? We'll still get mad if we lose. There'll be fucking scenes if we lose today, mate. Ethan, just re-watching the review of opening round from Brisbane last year. Amazing how a year can change the way we view the team and players. I know. Hey, Lucinda. C. Pash. Hello. Webby, get in here, mate. Click the link. I want to see your face. Lou Hall. Hey, mate. LS, boogie board, packed and ready for Bali. If we lose today, it's a one-way ticket. It's a one-way ticket out of Australia. One way. See you when we're playing finals in 2030. Lana, Josh Holden, Craig. Can't believe Lord got dropped. Well, you know what? Watch the ratings when we spoke about Cooper Lord. I think that'll give us some context. Juddy Sports, this is day we feel some slight relief or it turns into doomsday. Steve, hello, mate. Don't care by how much, just win. Okay. Hey, everyone. Is a win too much for us to ask for? Evidently so. Good morning, says. Hello, Lana. Hello, Rachel. See, Pash, your partner is playing one of her biggest DJ sets today at 3 to 5 p.m. So you'll only be watching the first half. Nerve-wracking, but I hope we get the dub. Where is she playing, See, Pash? We're not losing today. Shirley. Yeah. All right. Breakfast with a few of you blues. Nathan. Hello, mate. Mason?
Oh, sorry. I didn't realize it was me. I'm just eating my Lebanese pizza. How you going?
What flavor? What's in there? Cheese?
It's just cheese, mate.
Love that.
It's good. It's cold because I've just got back from the gym and I was hungry. I was about to eat someone. Um,
Beautiful.
yeah, no, I'm excited for today, but uh, there's something in me, Terry. That's just it's scaring me a little bit. I don't know. I
Do you
really hope
think
they can just pull through and just get the job done.
do you think round one has scarred us for the rest of the year because of what happened? And no
There is
matter what, no matter how much of a favorite we are, it's always going to be there.
when yeah, like that's just the case now. Like we were $10 favorites. Like we had $1.06 odds. Like there's absolutely no way we really should have lost that game. So yeah, it taints every pushover team that we play. Technically, no, there's no pushover teams anymore. I would say North and West Coast can fight now. I would say comfortably that they can push through most games that they play. So there aren't any pushover teams anymore. So this is we're not in form, and it's definitely worrying. So look, we know we can beat them. I think the last 4 times we've beaten them by 10+ goals. So it's no stranger. Like, we're no stranger to beating these guys, but you never know. You can never guess it. So
No, that's true. That's true. What expectation? Do you have expectation, or do you think that round one has eliminated expectation of how much we should be winning by, and this and that, and like it's just about winning?
yeah, because we went into that first game thinking, 10+ goals. I think everyone said it, and God, I wish I didn't say it because I got absolutely nailed at work by everyone. And yeah, I don't know. I just want them to win. And like I said, like I've been saying to everyone, a win against these guys is not going to do anything for us. It's just going to be like, yeah, okay, well, you should have done it. So just go out there and win, please. Like, look like a normal football team for once. Like, just be coherent and just be proper. Just take your shots and
Just
you'll
be
never know.
coherent.
Yeah, just play football. Fuck's sake, just do it.
Oh, the bar is low, bro. Like
Oh,
honestly,
it's bad. It's
just
really
go
bad.
out there and do the bare minimum. Just do the basics is kind of what we're asking for.
If if you do that, you should beat these guys. Ideally, you really should. So we never know. Like, yeah, I'm not going to go all big headed like the last couple of weeks because
Yeah.
look where that put us.
Well, you know what? Maybe there is a little silver lining in that because that's just going to like for the rest of the year we're not going to be confident, and
Yeah,
maybe that's what we need to be as fans, not confident.
we shouldn't be in that position, but yeah, we'll go with that.
I agree, but we're here.
We're here now, so yeah,
Are
I don't know.
you are
Yeah.
you seasons over or are you it can turn?
Well, I was listening to Ari the other day. Really, the season should be packed up because if you look at the rest of our roster, look at the games that we've got coming up. If we've lost to teams like Richmond and we've lost to half a side in Western Bulldogs, where's the Sydney coming? Where's the Brisbane? Like, what are they going to do to us? So I feel like at the worst position we should have been in, ideally, would be 2-2, because I could see us losing to Collingwood because they always do it to us, and Hawthorn, they always, we really could have won that Doggies game, and we should have won the Tigers game. So where that puts us now is awkward because even if we do come, all hell blazing and we win majority of these games, I don't know if it's going to put us in contention for finals. I think we've just set ourselves up for failure. So, look, go out, play the game, play the rest of the season out. If we start losing, put the juniors in, give them a go. I don't know. I feel like if we don't win the next 3 out of 4 games, we're in big trouble. So I don't know. I'm not there yet. I'm not season over yet. I can't give up on them yet because we did turn it around in 23. So I don't
Do
know.
you think this team has a 4-game winning streak minimum in them this year still?
Well, I don't. To be honest with you, I don't think so. But these next 2 weeks are very doable, very very doable, and I feel like if they get some wind under their wings, maybe, maybe, maybe this is it.
I have slated almost everyone there is to slate at this football club, and there still is a genuine belief in my head that they can go on at least a 4-game winning streak.
It's not impossible. We know they're capable. You look at our team on paper; they're unreal. There's something not clicking. Yeah,
All
yeah.
right, fine. Bring me down. All right. I'm getting a bit carried away. All right. But
Juddy, he's correct there. You got to give it to him. Hey, look, if the game ended at half time, we're the best in the fucking league, to be honest. So,
oh
well.
man, so
Anyway,
good. All right. Well, maybe see you after the game, mate.
fingers crossed, in good mood.
You have a good day, my friend. See you
You
later.
too, mate. See you later.
Benny Burton, you were at the captain's run yesterday for a team that's 0-4. Geez, there was a huge turnout. Yeah, I heard there were thousands upon thousands and thousands of people there. So, yeah. Hello, Maz. Kalimera. Yeah. Rachel George, just a win by 1 point, still a win. 1 a.m. over here. Anyone give the Blue Boys a chance? Scott, where are you? 1 a.m. Did you maybe say where you were earlier in the chat? Where are you, Scott? That's you must be in. Where are you? Where in the world is 1 a.m.? Josh, footy's meant to be enjoyed. And today may be one of the few times we get to enjoy winning, so enjoy it when you can. That's true. That's just go into every game thinking we'll lose, and then when we win, we'll be happier. Vincent, you're saying the season starts again. It does. Always blue. The year's over. Okay, fair enough. I don't think. Zach, you arrived in Japan, and of course you found a bar to watch. You've got issues. That's so cool. Where in Japan are you? What is a yaya? So yaya is the Greek word for grandmother. So that's why we call Maz our yaya. Now, all right. Oh, we have a daddy in the chat.
Yes, we do.
Daddy Tyler. Hello, mate.
Yeah, how you going, Terry?
Good. Do we have a little bundle of joy? How is
Yes,
the
we
little bundle
do.
of joy?
She's great. She's down for a nap at the moment, but oh, mate, I cannot believe how much it's absolutely amazing. It was the best day of my life,
Wow.
100%.
Take me through it. What happens when you have a child? I've never had one.
Well, my wife had to be induced because she had to. The baby was too big, so we had to go a little bit earlier, and that's fine, no problem. My poor wife was in labour for about 14 hours, so very long time. And then about 8:30 at night, while the Collingwood game was going on, we finally Bub came out, and she came out at 3.78 kilos at 38 weeks. So decent sized baby. But yeah, no, she's great. Mum's doing really well, and we're just so happy to be parents. We just love it. We just love it, Terry. It's bloody
Wow.
amazing. I would love,
Congratulations,
and I would love a win today. Just one, just one, just one would be nice.
mate. What is her name?
Kira. So full name is Kira Isabel Shaw.
Kira Isabel Shaw. How do you spell Kira?
So like Kira Knightley. So Keira.
Love it. Love it. Wow.
Yeah.
Congratulations, mate.
Cheers. Thanks so much, mate.
So she was
It's
born on Thursday.
yeah. So the 3rd of the 4th, 2025.
Okay. So we'll just not count last week. She is fresh
Yeah, the year is
and
fresh. And that's what I and that's what I said. This is it. The season begins. This season begins today. Like this is this is it.
that's brilliant.
Please.
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
What about today? What's the what about just in general? Like what's the feeling in your mind?
the feeling. I don't know. Like obviously, with Bub, I haven't really been paying much attention. But I sat down and watched the Collingwood game, and I thought, oh, there's just patches where we're doing we can do it, and then we just, I don't know, we just get into our shells. I feel this is the one. This will be the one. Not only will it be a win, but if it's not, that will be the one that will decide the future of this club and and this team. This will be it. I know it's not saying it's going to write off the season, but this will be the one where they will make they will make a decision on the future of this team, and that's fair enough, quite frankly, because Richmond. I think you're right. Richmond's going to scar us for the rest of the year, 100%. But do I feel like they can do it? 100%. 100%. This will be this could launch them. This could launch them. Get a
Yeah.
win under them, and especially get some belief back into the side to say, "Oh, look, we can do it. We can do it." But if it comes out as a loss, well, then so be it. But then it'll be a very, very rough few next couple of weeks for the Carlton Football Club. But I don't
Yeah.
see it happening. I don't see that happening. I see a win, and I want to see a textbook win.
Yep.
A textbook win, 30 plus easily.
Well,
I'm not
I
expecting
think
a blowout. I don't want. If I don't want it, I do not want a blowout, and the reason why is because we might be papering over the cracks again.
Hmm.
Because the last time we played West Coast, oh, I think it was.
It was
Oh,
late last year.
you late last year. We've been smashing them. That's no problem. But remember. I think it was 2023 when we played them. We beat them by 100. We belted them by 100 points, and that was the beginning of the form slump of that year. Well, we just we're papering over the cracks,
Mhm.
and I think this will be it. I want to see a lot from Walsh. I want to see a lot from Cripper. I really want that midfield to fire, really fire, because there's no Tim Kelly in there, so that gives them an opportunity to find that spark. Forward line, good to see Harry back. I want to see him really attack the forward line, especially up the ground a little bit, so it gives Charlie a little bit of options, but at the same time, vice versa. I want to see that forward line absolutely humming. Back line, I don't have a problem with the back line. I reckon they're doing an amazing job considering of like what considering, but I just want to see a bit of fight today. What textbook win? Come
Yeah.
take the win, get home, go again.
Yeah.
That's it. As I said, round by round. Let's look at it round by round. But I reckon if we give it a good hot crack and we come off with a good win, it could kickstart them and go, oh, okay, we've been here before. Let's go again. Let's
Mm.
actually go. And it could give them some sort of belief to also, and I would say hold them a bit of accountable. Like, so, well, okay, we got to win. That's what we did everything right that day, obviously. So that means that's what we got to do all the time. So,
Well, they've also got a few injections of energy, I'd say. So
oh, big time. Yeah.
you got the debut of Matt Carroll, you got Sardi's 200th, you got the
Yep.
return of Harry Mackay.
Yep.
And I don't know if a win and just that winning feeling just kickstart something. I mean, we're about to watch the press
Mm,
conference after this. I watched it yesterday.
yep.
I kind of think getting into state is exactly what they needed. Just
Yeah, they
a
need to get away from
reset
Melbourne.
out of the bubble a bit. Because I mean, everyone's like pissed off in Melbourne. So like just to get
Yeah,
out of
yeah,
there, and you got the Adelaide fans, the Adelaide based fans, all those who travelled, and they're just
yeah,
grateful to have the Blues in town. And so there's a
yeah,
lot of positive energy around.
yeah. Oh no, I totally agree with that, and I think this is this will be a reset, 100% of the
Mm.
club, and you're definitely right. Thank God we're out of Melbourne for the moment, so that we can definitely reset. Uh, but I honestly think you're right. Like Sardi's 200th, I'm really looking forward to Matty Carroll. Like I did watch the VFL last week, and I was very impressed with him. Very impressed. Good to see our debutants actually getting a bit of a crack.
Hmm.
Um, but I want to see that power that Voss has been talking about. I want to see it today. I want
Mhm.
to. I want to. I want to bully West Coast a little bit, just a little bit. I just want to see that power that they've been talking about. I don't want if you can get the speed, congratulations, but I want to see that power. I want to see that drive. So it'll be very interesting. And like Tom DeConning, he's on fire. He is on fire. We need to do whatever we can to keep him in this club. 100%.
Starts with a win today.
100%. But then I also raise a question to you, Terry. Like, we're about to obviously embark on a new part of the season, and we've got a lot of players that are on the injury list that are due to come back. What do you see a future with Mark Pittonet now after what you've seen with Tom DeConing for the start of the season?
Yeah, I do. Well, I
Or
was
what I mean is like,
thinking,
how would you put him? How would you fit him into the side? That's what I'm saying.
um, well, until Harry was back in the side this week, I wasn't sure when Harry was coming back.
Yeah,
So I thought, oh, that's a perfect opportunity to rest Tom forward while we wait for Harry to come back. I didn't know how long we'd be waiting. Now
yeah,
that Harry's back, I think it is a bit tough to get Pitto into the team. However, Tom's shown ability this year, and he's been showing it every year, the work that he can do anywhere around the ground.
yeah. I agree.
Like I mean, if you look at Tom as a ruck, then you're looking at it as a two ruck system. I mean, I think Tom's shown this year he's more than he's a ruckman,
Mm,
but he's got midfield capabilities. He can mark the
he
ball anywhere
does.
around the ground. So I think there is an opportunity to explore that with Pitto personally.
Yeah, yeah, nah, fair enough. Like, I definitely want to. I want to see him back on the track and especially on the field, like having a good go. Because I do love Pedo. Like, he's a very good player for us. And then I can't wait to see. Do you reckon we'll get so out of the Camperelli brothers? We've already had Lucas. Do you reckon Ben will get a crack, or is he still a couple of weeks off? You reckon?
I think so. I reckon we're going
Yeah,
to see all of the kids at some point.
yeah,
Yeah,
100%. I reckon.
at some
Yeah,
point. Yeah. And to be
it,
fair, I mean, we've seen debutants all year. Will
mm,
White, Matt Carroll. I mean, Francis Evans is a mature age, but
yeah, still,
Lucas. So it's not like we haven't blooded. And then you look at the injury list right now. I think it's five.
yeah, it's five. Yeah, or
It's
something.
five of them.
Something along those lines. Yeah.
I mean, Pitto's no longer on the injury list.
Oh, good.
Okay, I'm looking at it right now. It's Jagger
Yeah.
Smith, Nick
Hmm.
Newman, Chincotta, Cowan, and Orazio. There's five.
Okay.
Like, I'm not trying to jinx anything, but
No.
I've not seen this little an injury list this
No.
far into a year. So
True.
at some
Chin Potter will
point,
be very good.
that has to translate into a positive reflection.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. I was about to say, like, I would reckon putting Chincotta in there would really help out a lot, especially
Mm,
off halfback. Use him as a tagger as well to mitigate some of the damage because he was
mm,
really good at that last year. So it'll be a
mm,
it'll be a very interesting game. I reckon we will definitely win, but I'm holding my breath when we
mhm.
get to halftime, and if we're up, I'll be happy. But I'm holding my breath after that. I
This
want a good third quarter straight after it, and I want another good fourth quarter. I want 4 quarter performance. I think they can
this
definitely do that.
I found this meme. This is me. Anytime
Yeah.
West Coast kick two or more goals in a row.
Okay. Yep, yep, 100%. Like you're just waiting, you're expecting that run on of goals, and it's like, oh crap, because you just saw it in Richmond, the Richmond game, and all of that. Like you were up, and we're killing it, and then it's just you just hope that they don't get a run on, and then lo and behold, it happens,
Mate, we
and you
could
just
be
go
up.
shit.
We could be up 7 goals. Liam Ryan kicks a goal at any point today. Tense.
Yep, Yep, and
Matt
then you
always
just go,
Matt always tugs on his jumper. Teds.
oh, Matt, I'll tell you what, it'll be very interesting to watch Matt Owens how he goes today. I reckon he could, if we are not careful, he'll get away.
Yeah.
I reckon he'll be fired up, ready to go against us. So, but I hope the crowd doesn't give him any shtick for it, because quite frankly, it's not his fault. So,
Yeah.
but oh well.
Oh well.
We'll
Well,
see how we
Tyler,
go today, Terry.
congratulations once again
Thank you so much,
on
mate.
the birth of Kira, and can't wait to meet her and maybe see you later on in the fan cams.
Yeah, sounds good. I want to win, Terry. Let's win.
Let's do it. See you, mate.
See you, mate.
How was that? Scott, you are in Scotland. That's why it's 1 a.m. where you are. Samantha's onto it. Eric, we can only lose 3-ish games from here to make top 4. It's not over yet. It's not over yet. We just need a 10-game winning streak. Floyd, if you're always positive about the team, you have a maximum of 2 hours of disappointment per week. If you're always negative, you have a 2-hour maximum of justification per week. Well, unfortunately, pre-game is the only time that we've been positive any time this season. So I'm going to enjoy being happy while we have it. Belief will come from a spirited comeback win. That's true. Revelation. I told you guys, I'll say it again. It's a wasted year. We can't beat Crows, GWS, Lions, Hawks, Suns, Saints, Cats, Swans. We might win only 5 games most. We might. Petra. TDK is getting kilometres in his legs and responsibility as the number 1 ruck. He's done very well in a very difficult position. He has. Nathan, we are already playing the kids. Yes, that's true. We are definitely already playing the kids. Got to bring the intensity and give and go. The 4 teams that have played so far this round have shown where the game is. We must adapt. No better game to start. Oh, yeah. Watching Geelong the other night, I mean, that was a great game of footy. But just watching their resolve when they were down and seemingly out, watching them just stick with it and then chip away at it, and even like their skills in traffic, it's so impressive. And then even Collingwood last night, like their skills in traffic, their sleight of hand movement, it's just, yeah, it's obviously what Carlton do not have right now, where they seem to be a very basic team when it comes to moving the footy. But that quick ball movement, slick hands, that was all there. That was there 12 months ago. Remember they were doing party tricks against Geelong around 15? It was all there. So I think that's confidence, but we'll see. Anyway, I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to watch Vossi's presser. That's what we're going to do.
Michael, is it good to get away with the group? First time away this year, galvanising in a sense. Is that something you're hoping for?
Hope so. I'd take that outcome. Yeah, look, it's just been able to get over here, I guess, and get sort of across the footy culture, really. It's obviously a celebration of football, and it probably takes you off Broadway a little bit and gets you over here as a team. And every team's here, so you're going to come across a few different other people too at the same time. But no, we're just looking forward to the game, really. We sort of know the task we've got, and obviously it's a nice celebration of football this weekend.
Plenty of Blues fans too here today.
Yeah, amazing. I mean, they've been incredible, and I think there's sort of something like 4,000 have been able to drive over. So we always feel really well supported wherever we go. But this is a nice, probably pleasant surprise to be able to know that you've got in excess of 2,000 people here that have come and watch a very light session.
Speaking of well supported, when Harry was walking across, the fans were all waving at him.
4,000 people drove over like absolute sickos. I love it. You cannot say we don't support this team through thick and thin.
And saying really lovely things to him. Just walk us through, I guess, how nice it is to have him back in the side, but also just to have all of that support around him.
Yeah, I think I've only really known that as a football industry, really. I think when sort of people find their challenges, we've got a wonderful way as a football industry to be able to support where we can. And, I'm really proud of Harry. I'm really proud of our club and how they've really stood strong in behind him and given him the space that he's needed to be able to work through a few things. And he's in a good place. And I sort of said previously that when you see his name on the team sheet, he'll be ready to go. So he's in a good spot. He feels like he's ready to go and he can't wait to get out there.
Does that sort of lift the group as well, in that sense as well, like having back there? In the
of course. I mean, he's he's an important member of our team, and but more importantly for us is that we see him in the space that he's in now, and that's all we ever want. The fact he gets to come out and play football and do the thing that he loves, is a little reward for us to be able to go out there and play. But I think he just wants to get on with business as well, and doesn't want necessarily too much fuss about it, but sort of acknowledges there's going to be some interest in it.
Does it redefine courage a little bit, Bossy, the fact that he can feel like he can in that and speak about these issues?
Absolutely. I think we sort of, can sometimes loosely use the word courage, but it does take some courage, and I think he articulated that only, yesterday, and just how tough that is to be able to live behind a facade and not sure really put an understanding in behind how he's feeling. But so that comes with a real challenge and talking through a lot of things. But he's been able to get through that. And as I said, he's in a place where he's been able to work through a few things and get himself in a space where he's out here playing football. And we can't wait to be able to have him out there.
How big a challenge is it for you, Michael, when you have a player in that situation? It's kind of a different world in a sense.
It is. And look, I think it's continual education and awareness in some parts, because I think there's some really disappointing things that get said on the back of it that just real lack any understanding whatsoever behind it. But
I fucking love it. There's a different type of energy about Vossi in this presser.
The more that we can get to understand and probably educate it a little bit, the better we'll all be off, because then people can come forward more if they feel like they're struggling themselves a little bit and can speak openly about it, knowing that they'll get the support that they need.
Just generally, Michael, the themes of this week are just like that.
Anybody else noticing like the hands on hips, like just confident? There's a different confidence about him. I don't know if it's just the refreshing energy of gather round. I don't know.
Always outside, but what's been the theme inside the walls?
Oh, a lot of it's about sticking to what we know, and that's what we've reinforced across the week. And we've had a few extra days this week to sort of absorb, obviously, last week where we're at, and then what we want to take moving forward. So players have been fantastic. Our leaders have led strongly throughout the week, and I think we're sort of taking the approach that it's an opportunity for us to be able to get away together. Obviously, play against a side at Adelaide Oval and get a good win.
How do you get that outside game going again, Michael? Is that what you've been working on heavily, just getting that run again going?
No, I don't think it's necessary. I mean, we probably focus a fair bit on that because the outcome's not turning over. So the reality is for 4 quarters, the scoreboard's not ticking over the way that we want. So you can tend to overemphasise that a bit. Clearly, it's critically important. But, there is a process that we do like to follow, and at times we haven't been able to follow that the way that we'd like, and it requires us to be able to do that for 120 minutes, and the reality is we haven't done that. So we're still trying to find what that version looks like, and we'll have those continued discussions to be able to make sure that we get the best of ourselves.
Second halves have been the Achilles this season. What are you doing to bring the heat for that second half, those 2 last quarters?
I might tell you in the second half when I get there, because obviously it's not something you leave alone. It's something that becomes a conversation piece without ignoring the other things that are going really well in your game. So our game will still always be built off how we want to defend. That's the most important part, because it puts you in great positions on the ground. And if the last thing we're working on is opportunities, then we'll take them.
How much selection pressure is there on the group?
Oh, there's always selection pressure on individuals. I think if you've got obviously a group that are actually doing very well. So you've got some guys that are in some great form that we've had, but also acknowledge that clearly we don't have the 22 all in the same amount of form. So there are pieces that need to be able to move. Obviously being able to have Harry and Charlie back in the same side together really helps us. Having them in the form that we want is the next part, and that's up to us to make sure that we get the supply so we give them that chance.
How much is Charlie's form related to interrupted pre-season?
I don't know if you can hear that question, but the question was, how much is Charlie's form based on his lack of preseason?
I don't think so. I think once you sort of get to, and you've got some runs, you've got some money in the bank, if you want to call it that. So if you miss a pre-season, it's given all the other pre-seasons, he's hardly missed a beat for 3 years since I've been here. So he's played almost every game, barring the latter part of the last year. Hardly missed a training session. So, I mean, have a look at the man. He looks pretty good. So he doesn't need a lot to come to hand. But like all of us, we'd love a little bit of continuity. We'd love a little bit of a run at it, and he's had that now. He's got a month under his belt. The team's probably changed a little bit in that front half, a little bit more than we like. So we'd like to settle that down and give the opportunity for these players to be able to find the form that they want.
Temps in the mid-30s tomorrow. You guys are playing in the middle of the day. Are you physically prepared for that heat?
I'll bring my zinc in case I end up on the bench. So I suppose the players will as well. But look, I think the thing we like to pride ourselves on is being able to perform under any conditions. I mean, every club would want to say that. They're the ones we're dealt with. They're also the same cards that the oppositions get dealt with. So we have to find our way through that.
You've been in a lot of massive games, Michael, but how big is this one? It's, obviously zip 4. You want to get a win on the board.
Yeah, the bigger picture says there's urgency in it. Yeah, no doubt. But the temptation is to probably go into that space. But our performance is about sort of what's in front of us, and if you go any further than that, you generally find yourself in a bit of trouble. So no, there's a style of footy we want to bring, and we want to bring energy to it. You're sort of seeing the obviously the gather round and excitement around that. Obviously our supporters have been able to hit the road and the excitement around that, and obviously we want to play a similar brand of football that brings excitement, connects us to our fans, and hopefully bring a bit of energy to that stadium.
No Tim Kelly to the Eagles. Does that change the way you guys play?
No, not Tim being there, but maybe roles that we hand out. So obviously it forces us to rethink a couple of matchups, but no, it certainly doesn't change the way we want to play.
The announcement of the debutants was hilarious, Mossy.
Thank you. Yeah.
Jeff, but can you?
I'd love to claim. I'd love to claim that I came up with that concept, but I was merely the guy executing it. But yeah, Jeff fell asleep in one of my first meetings that we ever had. It's the first year has come in and they're under a bit of stress and pressure and trying to get the schedules right, and he fell asleep in one of my meetings, and as such has got the nickname Jeff, Wake Up Jeff. So that's stuck, and he seems to actually like it, which I'd rather he doesn't, but he tends to think that it's an okay nickname.
What can we expect from him?
Bit of bounce off half back. Yeah, bit of bounce off half back. I mean, his development's been really extraordinary over the last 12 months, to be fair. I mean, he hardly did a training session in the first 12 months. Unfortunately, his body wasn't in a position to do so, but he had to learn how to be a professional. He had to go work on his body. He had to go work on what being a professional was all about. And since he's come back and, through pre-season, he's done nothing except impress. And he's lively, he's tough, he puts his head over it. He loves to be able to bounce off half-back and run with the ball and use it. So we're hoping we get all that tomorrow.
If he's the sub, you're not worried he's going to fall?
No, he won't be the sub. He won't be the sub, so I can confirm that. I don't tend to throw first yearers out there in subs, so we'll give him his shot. I reckon he'll be well and truly alive.
Well, I mean, I think Binns was the sub. I reckon Moyer was the sub. I don't know.
About 15-minute mark into the first quarter.
We'll take it to heart, Mossy. Someone falling asleep in the meeting?
No, I was a bit disappointed because I was in midstream of being quite motivational, I thought, at the time. And so I was putting in some of my inspirational best, and here he was asleep, so clearly wasn't that impactful. Thanks for your time. Cheers. Thank you.
Thoughts? He's got the chest out, ladies and gents. Blues by 100. Looks assertive. He's confident because we're playing the Eagles, but I thought we're going to lose today. He looks like his trap muscles are wild. It's do or die. He's confident because we're playing the Eagles. I don't care who we're playing. Confident Voss has so much aura. 19-game winning streak loading. CDS, Victoria Proud Partners of Banterville FC. Eagles for the win. He looks very nervous. Newman was a massive loss. Banter from Banterville, keeping it real. Dead man walking. Good to see Voss upbeat. Yeah, I think his press conference after Collingwood there was a different. I mean, I think maybe he just had to lay it out bare after that performance, and then there's a different energy about him. I took it as confidence, and the one thing about Voss that I'll give him is no matter how shit it looks, he does always seem to be able to absorb it. He'll throw them out as a sub, but not like it. Can I just say, good on him. He's having a joke, looks confident, and he's not panicking. The boys will respect that. I think I'm there too. First thing I thought of was Moya when he mentioned the debutant subs. Yeah. And even Binns. I reckon Binns made his debut. I reckon Binns was a late in against Geelong the first time last year where we lost. I reckon he came in late for maybe not Zach Williams. He came in late for someone and was the sub. And then Moya was also the sub. How do I think Carroll will go? I don't know. I honestly don't know. I haven't watched him closely, if I'm honest. I've seen the highlights in the VFL. I saw him in the practice match against the Saints. I'd like to see him play with some freedom, but I'd like to see all of them play with some freedom. Wayne, you think he's lost the players? Okay. Binns was again. Oh, it was Collingwood, was it? Was that Binns' first game? Sorry, I thought it was Geelong. My bad. Could have sworn Geelong was his first game. The players back him. That's the main thing. Now they have to go play well enough to keep him. Binns came in for Fantasia. Yeah. It was the Geelong game. No, it was definitely the Geelong game, like the first one. It was a late in. I think the Blues got a lucky break playing the Eagles. Famous last words. Yeah. I think the Eagles will take it to us today. It's just a matter of how long they'll be able to take it to us. It was definitely the Geelong game. His first game was Geelong. I thought so. Do I reckon they'll bring in Elijah for White last minute? Nah. I reckon Elijah's coming back next week. It's Easter. It's biblical. Elijah, we went through this last year. I think he'll come back next week. Probably for Will White. 100% Geelong. I better not see Always do a jumper tug. I want to see Always do a jumper tug. It's not his fault. Who doesn't love Saturday footy? A lot of games today. Yeah. King Shez. Keen for my Juddy poster. Yeah. 6 p.m. today. There it is. Somebody's taking it home. If you haven't bought a raffle ticket yet, get in there. Let me put the link in there. If you're a member, you're in. You have one entry. Let me get this link up. Chris Judd. Raffle entry link. There you go. Charlie to get back on track for Coleman. Yeah, he's very due for a big game. Everyone is behind Voss like Captain Hook walks the plank. Classic. Elijah the resurrection game at Easter. For sure. I've been sure of it since last week. Bring in Rockstar Hollands Good Friday. Although Hollands has a great fresh haircut, which generally tells me he's feeling good because he's looking good. Hello, Jennifer. First time. Welcome. You agree with Vossi's body language. I think the occasion's energy in a different place is obviously being felt. So I hope the boys feel it and work with it for 4 quarters. Go Blues. Good to have you here. Welcome. I actually bumped into someone yesterday. I was getting a coffee. He's a Brisbane Lions fan. And he found the channel 3 weeks ago. Curious. How long, of those of you watching right now, how long have you been watching or aware of the channel? Like, where in the history did you come into this? Because, Jennifer's first time, this guy, Smitty was his name, Brisbane Lions fan. He only found it 3 weeks ago. Because I think it's it's so different if you find it this year compared to last year, and then if you've been there from the beginning, it's a totally different perception. Good to have you here, Andrew. Do I watch the podcast? I did watch the podcast that Cripps did recently. He did it with Tommy Mitchell. It was filmed the day after Collingwood last week. I reckon Cripps is in for a big game. I reckon he was sore last week from that. Do you remember when he landed on his hip, tailbone against the Dogs the week before? So I hope he's fresh. Hello, Christina Bombonati. Brandon Bevilacqua. Looking forward to the moment Harry snaps one for the team to get around him. Yeah. Lots of energy. 2019. Wow. 4 years, 3 years ago, only started getting involved this year. 23, 21. Found you last year, only became a member last week. Okay. Love that. In the dark days of 2023. Wow. Brandon, you've been listening since the Israel days. Wow. 2019, 2022. Got through the dark times. Around 17, 18-ish last season. See, that's interesting. I think like someone like Caden, you'd have a different perspective and reputation altogether than someone that was there from the start. It dawned on me the other day when I met that fella, because he was like, "Oh, the channel, like it's so big," and I'm like, "Well, it's been a very slow grind." But yeah, 3 years. First, it was great to watch the Carlton misery, but the content is solid even if it's the wrong club. Oh, you're a magpie. Yep. Damien, during lockdown, found the channel around the first Eagles game 2023. Loved the ride of winning streak in the channel. Yeah, that was great. Since the Crips bump on Archie trial. 23. This year, you wish you found it earlier. I really enjoy the chats. Yeah, it's good. 22. Been here since like 2019 or 20. After we lost to Essendon. Shit. Well, that was really the beginning of the ride, because then the winning streak happened. 2020, and you're a Tigers man. Sad you guys started to talk about haircuts and appearances, not about a game plan. Well, mate, have you seen the game plan? Jawa. There's something going on with Jordan Boyd that we don't know about. That's a great question. That is a really good question. If we break it down, he played the game of VFL, managed minutes. He came in as the sub, and I think the rhetoric was around managing his minutes again. Then he came out of the side, but they had a bye. They had an intra-club match. And then he played last week in the VFL and can't get into the team. They've gone with Matt Carroll over Jordan Boyd, which on the one hand, play the kids. So you want the kids play. On the other hand, should he be playing instead of Nick Haynes, for example, or Mitch McGovern? I don't know. Let's have a look at the matchups. Let's check it out. So the Eagles forwards, you've got Oscar Allen. There's a big boy. Jake Waterman. He needs a matchup. Archer Reed. He's a bigger boy, I'm pretty sure. So you've got Wiedering, Silvani, and McGovern. Yeah, Nick Haynes will play on. I don't know who will play on. It's a valid question, though. What if we lose? Like I said, if we lose, we go on the fan cams, we get mad, we sack everyone and anyone who is an employee of the Carlton Football Club. We rehire them by about Tuesday, let them go again, and then we, deal with the emotions as they spill over and everyone gets sacked, and then roll into Good Friday. That's kind of how it goes. BA popped up when I was searching for Blues Doco end of 22. I thought you were an Italian teenager. I'll take it. Here since the bike in the background. Yeah, that was the spare room at my parents' place. Yeah. Since now. This is the first time you've seen the channel? This is it? About 5 years ago, love the OGs, Rocky, Pomo, Paolo. Rocco in his kitchen, early days, is peak. Like peak. I wish to watch you when you work overseas. Go police. Oh, you've been here since 2018? That's very, very early days. That's like podcast days. Do we think Zachy will be down back today? I do. I think he will. You got Jesse Motlop, Lockie Fogarty, Durden, Will White as your smallish forwards. I don't know if Zach's going to be needed in the forward line today. I thought the moment Nick Newman got the injury, I thought it was Boyd's spot. Yeah, I did too. I thought Boyd or Cowan would be the main beneficiaries. How good were the Pies yesterday? I'm jealous. Very good. Yeah. And they had all the outs as well. They lose to Goey. They lost Schultz. They lost Houston. No excuse. They just get on with it. Maz, you're off. Congratulations on becoming the news on that. You're going to be a Yaya again. Off to the theatre tonight. We'll catch you all in the fan cams later. Have a great day. We're going to wrap up here shortly as well. I would switch McGovern for Boyd at this point. Don't care about matchups. We say that, but matchups are important. I think you either bring in Boyd or Carroll this week. Rocco, you hate wet toast with a passion. Is this because Rocco, you're in Perth. So is there I've heard this rhetoric before. The West Coast supporters are insufferable, apparently, over there. In a weird way, maybe losing how we have is a good thing as it shines light on the problems the club is having. Just hope they iron it out. That's true. Do I remember the fan cams after the Adelaide game where we carried Gibbs off? That day and that moment that we carried Bryce Gibbs off, I'll never forget it. I think we were in lockdown at the time. I was at a friend's place and I actually didn't mind Bryce Gibbs. I didn't have any resentment towards Bryce Gibbs and I still don't. But when we chaired him off that day, I completely disagree with it. It doesn't make what I think right. It just, whatever, it's just an opinion. I thought that was embarrassing, the way that we chaired him off on that day. Like, I just completely disagreed with it. But at the same time, they're the players and, you know, they can feel how they want to feel about that. I just think I think I was more angry at the way in which we just let him do what he wanted in that day. Almost like he was still a teammate. I just, the whole lot of it just didn't sit well with me at all. Hit the like button on the way out. Very nice. Say thank you to it. Yeah, no worries, Maz. Yeah, if you're watching, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We just got a brand new member, Jim Pav, mate. Welcome to Blue Abroad membership. Thank you, mate. Do a thumbs. Again, does it work? Oh, there it is. Wait, what if I want to see if I can pop it. Been watching since fan cams outside the stadium. Yeah, the first video on the channel is me and Mark outside the MCG. Carlton by 20 points. The first time I saw this channel was when you said how many times we're going to kick it to Gibbons today. Yeah, that's prime time. The Gibbs thing was sickening and woke as fuck. Well, no, I don't think it was woke. It was sickening. I don't know how it was woke though. I don't think that was woke at all, but it was definitely sickening. Yes, it's unbearable around here when they're up and about. It's been so good the last 3 years. I didn't like the extra games for Murphy. Fair. Come on, baggers. When are we doing a BA meet and greet? When are we doing a BA meet and greet? When's our next game at Marvel? It's next Friday. I can't do next Friday. I have plans beforehand. What we will do is we will do one. When do we play at Marvel after next week? I'll tell you now. I think what we'll do is a pre-game something before one of our games at Marvel. And if you are so I've spoken to Friends of Fire, the pub, the bar, the restaurant outside Marvel. I just need to follow it up. But members will get a discount at the Blue Abroad members will get a discount at the on food and drinks. We'll put something together and we'll catch up a couple of hours before the next Marvel game. Let me just figure it out. I can't do next week, but I have been inquiring about this. Matches, fixtures and tickets. It will be. Oh wow! At this stage, Saturday. Oh, it's an early game. I don't know if that's going to work. Saturday, May 24th. We're playing at 12:30 p.m. on a Saturday at Marvel. That might be a bit early to do a meet and greet beforehand because we're going to meet at like 10:30 a.m. at Marvel. So it's looking like it might be like the 20. That's also early. 21st of June, Saturday. Okay. There is another option. And that option is when we play interstate games. So, for example, round 8 against the Crows, we could go somewhere together and watch the game. If you're interested in that. It would probably be at like a Friends of Fire or upstairs at Amphora. But there will be meet and greets. Good luck today. You will smash them, I reckon, and hope Harry plays well again. Pies fan. You know, there's a lot more Collingwood fans that watch than there ever has been. It's kind of scary, but it's also nice. We're going to turn up early to win. Anyone remember doing the fan cams that yelled ruthless aggression? That was gold. Now that's Mark. Mark is the OG. He's actually, the very first video on this channel is with Mark outside the MCG. You really want to watch him win, but not so going to pay Foxtel $65 just because it's a Saturday game. Oh, it's not on free to air. Yeah, that's sad. That's maybe you can go somewhere and watch it, Jen. Go to a local pub. Surely we do a postseason trip to Mount Buller since we are not going to be busy this September. Maybe. If we lose, fan cams will be an interesting watch. Yeah, look, honestly, like I said, if we lose, what else is there to say? Who else is there to sack? Which other board members are there to pinpoint at? If we lose, we lose. If we win, we win. I hope we win, but a win against West Coast is not going to feel... Or no, I don't think anyone is under any illusions that a win today means everything is fine. But that doesn't mean they don't have to win. So, if we win today, please don't come on here and be like, oh, it's only West Coast. I think everyone is aware it's only West Coast. And like, oh, don't get too excited. Like, I think everyone is very aware that today is a win that is just one that we need to have more than it is going to be a win that changes everything. Do one King's birthday eve. That's when I'm bringing the fam over. Oh, yeah. That can work. When am I coming to Perth? Bring the crew. I've never been to Perth before. This might be the year. Have I ever tried VB on tap? Of course, Slobbo. I prefer it in a can. A couple of green demons, personally. Angelo, Big Harry to score 4 or 5 goals today to boost his confidence. Today's a day, big day. The Blues either a good win or a dark day. I don't think Voss will keep his job if it goes wrong. I tend to agree. The free-to-air is annoying on Saturdays. It's not great. I've got KO, so I'll just watch it, on there, but it's tough for those that don't have it. Kept the Pies down to 63 points last week, lost by 17. Pies kicked 15 goals against Sydney. In the scheme of things, we should fare well against the Eagles. That's true. I'm in Queensland, hinterland, so not likely, unfortunately. A win is a win. I think we all just want to win, and the boys need a win. Unfortunately, you fear a loss will mean big changes, starting with Voss, which won't fix a thing, just doing the same thing we did in the dark days. Yeah. Meet and greet at Vossi's parking slot if the Blues lose. Beating West Coast is better than a loss. Exactly. Don't take any game for granted. Remember Richmond, otherwise we should win. We need some nourishment. A win, no matter how it comes, will at least start to fill up our cup. Best believe if we win, I'll be happy to just hear the song again, even if we beat an under-12s team. What about a cheeky sig? Not going to lie. I wouldn't come on here and lie to you. I am partial to a halftime stress dart. Very partial. It's not good. It's not a good habit, but I also not going to sit here and lie to you. Okay, let's have a look at these under-12s, should we? Let's have a look at these under-12s West Coast Eagles. Which of these guys are, kids? Oh, man, if we don't win today, seriously. Oh, we don't win today. I'm actually fascinated that they dropped Tim Kelly. You'll be watching the raffle. Oh, yes. Chag Sameach as well. Chag Sameach. Shabbat Shalom. Where's the Judd Prize link? Here. Judd memorabilia raffle entry. It's there, right there. Their backline is scary bad. Yeah, this is Harry and Charlie. Oh, surely it's Harry and Charlie just taking the piss today. We need to manifest the win, damn it. Lucinda, we do. We are manifesting the win right here, right now. How about coming to visit me in the States? Not saying I can get the game on TV, but hey, heck, I'll come to the States. I feel like I've got a stint in the States in me. I think the whole sports media thing, I've got something to learn in there. Although I'm always also drawn to Europe, like Germany, where they really link their sports teams with their fans. They do it better than most in the world. And I'm really keen to explore that at some point. Maybe if we lose today, I'll just get a one-way ticket. Get the fuck out of here. If we lose today, will I smoke a dart on the fan cams? No, I won't. Will I be doing a live watch-along? No, I don't do watch-alongs. Pommy does the watch-alongs. So you will need to go on the Pommy and Oz YouTube channel. Sandy Brock got 9 kicked at him last week. Yes, he did. Cheers, Frank. Good luck, mate. Good luck to you today. Confidence is a magical thing. Hope the likes of Gov, Haynes, and Motlop find form and Dirds gets through. The season is well and truly alive. Let's not forget that. Yeah, it's true. If we lose, I have to smoke a dart on fan cams. You'll have one with me. I will not be smoking it. The day I'm smoking a dart on the fan cams is a dark day. Like a dark, dark day. I'm also inside the studio, so it won't be happening. Good for the boys to be out of Melbourne, reset with a group trip. If I vape, you blocking me on everything? Nah. Chag Sameach. I think Carlton should hire me and Pommy, get some people who actually know what they're doing in the club. Chag Sameach, firstly. Secondly, I'm very happy doing what I do with here. Independent. No one tells me what to do, what to say, what not to say. Everything gets kept accountable. Our backline has actually got their work cut out for them today, looking at West Coast forward line. I mean, it's all about the middle of the ground. That's where I think we're going to be able to get on top. Isn't Sandy Brock a character in SpongeBob? Bob? Sandy is the astronaut? No? Isn't Sandy the astronaut? Heading over to the States to do a Pacific Crest Trail at the end of the year. What? A Pacific Crest Trail. What is a Pacific Crest Trail? A Pacific Crest Trail is a 2,650-mile hiking and equestrian trail spanning the U.S. West Coast from Mexico to Canada. It traverses through California, Oregon, and Washington, following the crests of the Cascade and Sierra Nevada mountain ranges. The trail offers diverse landscapes from deserts and forests to volcanic peaks and alpine terrain. That's cool. That's really cool. Aiden, I'm slowly losing interest, to be honest, with this club. That is absolute bullshit. I've not seen you be more active on social media than this year and more passionate. Just give it one more. Just give it one more, mate. The season could be said to be back on track if we beat the Eagles, Roos, and then the Cats. Yeah. It's one at a time. Are we pulling out my Lebanese cucumbers when we win? Cheers, Luke. Damn, the PCT is big. Good luck. Yeah. Any tips for studying at uni? I just started studying. I'm not a good person. I was a really good boy in year 12, and then when I got to uni, I was not a good boy with my studying. So maybe the best tip I can give you is actually do the studying. Don't do what I did in uni. I just got through, just passed most of my subjects. I was good in my first semester, and then I got corrupted, and then started partying, and then lost focus, and then just scraped through. What are you studying? You can watch Suffer Along with Terry. Can't wait to see always tugs on the Hungry Jacks logo, then spit my beer all over myself. No one here has lost interest. And it's exactly right. No one here has lost interest. We're pissed off. And we all threaten that, I've had enough and like I'm done and like I'm questioning, like, should I be doing this? But that only lasts for 24, 48 hours. And then we all wake up and it's game day and we're just back into it. So, yeah. After the game now, go Blues. Let's make some noise. We have more support than the Eagles. Enjoy Mr. Mo Jorrison, 69. Do I think Owies will get booed? Maybe. Maybe he will. Although I wouldn't read too much into it. Uni does that to you. Drinking, yeah. Attend class. You are doing a certificate in criminal justice and criminology, and if I complete that, a Bachelor of Laws. Oh, you want to get into the law game? Good for you, mate. Do it. Yeah. Get in there. Law degrees are good. I think the most valuable time for me, if I'm honest, when my law degree came in handy was when I left the profession. But you got to get into the profession to leave the profession. But it's a great journey to have. Got my Will we hear Cripper shout out, "We're back, baby," if we win? Oh, the Blues are back. There's some great videos on YouTube about the PCT if you ever need a 5-month break from society, just in case the club start on another 66 game. If we rebuild, if this breaks down and it's rebuild, see ya. Gone. I will be back when they're playing finals footy. I'll come back for week 1 of finals. Absolutely done. Jim, you'll be there today. Can't wait to get up and about for Harry's first mark and goal. Activate the crowd. We've been good defensively this year. We can't score. True. I think that'll improve with Harry there by virtue of the fact that Harry creates space for Charlie. Charlie creates space for Harry. The opposition have to put their best defenders on, each of them now. And I just think structurally in the way we advance the ball forward, it's going to be so much better with Harry and Charlie in the team. And we can complain that we rely on our top end talent too much. Yes, we do. But what do you want? We have stars. So you build the game plan around the stars. And that is I think that's the beauty and the curse of this team. We rely on our top end talent and we rely on our top end talent. Anyway, jog on. You look forward to seeing the Eagles do one over on the Blues. I'm not going to say it's impossible because anything's possible. Oh, nah, man. Nah, they can't win today, the Eagles. They can't. Jorts, thinking of doing a Muay Thai trip. Don't think. Do it. 100% do it. If we rebuild again, I'm gone. We can't rebuild, and that's shown. Yeah, that's true. I think we're all done if they do another rebuild. Every other team moves the ball quicker and spreads so much more than us. Strange that we play so slow. Cheeky little meeting with Zach Butters while in town. Hello. Oh, what I would do for a Zach Butters type. You feel like after seeing LDU extend with North, you're confident in TDK staying, even though the compensation pick would be nice. Sydney lost to Collingwood at a greater margin than the Blues, so that's saying something. Jog on. You want to see the Melts, although you're sort of hoping you guys win. You don't want the Hawks to get a good pick. Okay. Terry, all us Blue supporters sound shit scared. We're acting like the boys are playing. You're getting out of the horticulture profession. Another rebuild will be tough, but I'm still in. Yeah, I mean, I'll stick around. I just can't stomach the thought of it. If we lose with the most darkest place in the club's modern day history, knowing what our fan base is like, yeah, probably. Yeah, it'd be pretty bad if we lose today. Like, it'd be pretty bad. Not a rebuild, but a reset. I think rebuild was a marketing term that we all bought into. So villainous. We will take 2 first-round picks for Zach, and hopefully he is your chosen savior. We don't have first-round picks, mate. Rumors have it, mate, Butters is actually thinking of coming over for a trade and 2 future picks. I don't know. Go-to snack on game day. I don't really have one. I usually get my scrambled eggs, smashed avocado in the morning. Put Vegemite underneath the avocado. A little bit of lemon on the avocado. Camporellis and the Walkers and some of the younger ones will come through in a few years. Well, wasn't Walsh, Harry, Jacob, Charlie, weren't these the young ones that were coming through? Are we already looking at the next wave of the young ones now to save us? You haven't seen me in a studio with daylight since the lockdown days. True. If we lose today, it's the funeral. Surely not, though. Blues by 50 plus. Yeah. Once a blue, always a blue. All right. Any last thoughts before I wrap it up? Game starts in just over 2 hours. Surely, man. Surely today is just a sigh of relief and something we can just move on with for next week. Go Blues. Blues by 50. Just win. Just win. Webby, I think that's a great way to end. All right, ladies and gents. Good chat. Good to be with you here this morning. If you would like to come onto the fan cams, message me. I'll send you the link. I will be live 5 or 10 minutes after the final siren for fan cams. And then at the end of the fan cams, which I think will be at about 6 p.m. ish, I will draw out the winner of the Chris Judd framed memorabilia, and we'll go from there. See you when the Blues have beaten the Eagles.